A lot of people ask me, what's the fastest way I can get divorced? Here's how. Uncontested divorce is the fastest track, but it only works if you and your spouse have an agreement on all major terms. Here's how to do it right. So first off, confirm eligibility. You need to have a full agreement in place or be very close to one. You need to check your state's residency rules to make sure you're filing in the correct county and your state's waiting periods. Some waiting periods in certain states have nothing to do with when you can file your petition. The waiting periods actually begin after you file and serve your documents. But in a couple states, you aren't able to file your divorce petition until you've been separated for a period of time. Once you've met those requirements, you can file your divorce petition. Generally, one of you will file, but in a certain amount of states, you can file jointly. You next have to ensure that that petition has been properly served. So if you didn't file jointly, if one of you filed, it has to be properly served by an independent third party. Another option to avoid that process of service is that in some states, there's a form that your spouse can sign that says that they have received the initial divorce documents. That form then needs to be filed with the court. The next thing you need to do is get all the rest of your state-required documents prepared and together so that you can file them. That includes your marital settlement agreement, sometimes called a stipulated judgment. Either way, it includes agreements on all the issues. If you have kids, child custody and child support, spousal support, property and debt division. You don't want to leave any of those things out. So even if you're each keeping your own 401k, car, no spousal support, it doesn't matter. You still want to include that in your agreement so that you don't risk the court rejecting your documents and having you start over, or at a minimum, fix those documents and resubmit them, going to the back of the line. The other big issue with not including things like spousal support and property in your marital settlement agreement is that even if the court does grant your divorce judgment, you may have to come back later if your spouse years later says, hey, we didn't discuss the car, we didn't discuss spousal support, and now I want the court to make orders on it. Listen, nobody wants to come back years later and deal with their ex-spouse in court. So make your marital settlement agreement as comprehensive as possible. Now you have your full packet, all of the documents that you need to file with the court. They've been signed, checked to see if they need to be notarized, and you are ready to file that packet with the court. Before you file your final divorce paperwork, you want to look at your local county court rules to see if there are any additional forms that they require. If so, you want to complete that when you submit your divorce package to the court. In some circumstances, actually most circumstances, the judges and the clerks will ultimately review them, sign off on them, and return them to you so that you are divorced. There are states that may require you to attend a court appearance or court hearing, either in person or sometimes video conferencing. You will have to attend, both of you, to tell the court that you do in fact agree to this divorce and the terms of it, and you want the judge to sign off so that you can move on. Whether you have an uncontested divorce or a contested divorce, that's what HelloDivorce.com is here for. We can help make all of this smooth and quick and a whole lot easier. So if you're interested, check out how we can help at HelloDivorce.com.